Yeah, started.
Thank you. Quick introduction about OMPEG. So OMPEG stands for Overseas Maharashtrian Professionals and Entrepreneurs Group, a community-based business networking group founded in April 2016 by leading influencers and entrepreneurs within UK. The idea was to inculcate a spirit of entrepreneurship within the Maharashtrian community, specifically from the UK, to connect professionals and encourage them for entrepreneurship. OMPEG is a membership organization, which means people pay fees here and contribute to the growth and initiatives by OMPEG. There are over 150 fee-paying members, which include a wide variety of professionals and entrepreneurs, which are growing day by day. The numbers are growing day by day. Details regarding becoming a member will be posted in the chat window. We are very proud to announce, to say that 40% members are women who are first-generation entrepreneurs. In last 5 years, OMPEG organized 40 plus high-value events, including 2 mega business expos attended by over 2,000 people. The expos were a great success. Until now, more than 5,000 people have attended various events across UK. In 2019 and 2020, OMPEG started collaboration with High Commission of India and many other industry bodies with the idea to inspire many more Maharashtrians to do more in their professions and their businesses. The goal was also to raise the profile of the UK-based Maharashtrian business leadership, and we are proud to say that OMPEG has successfully done that. Just few months back, we started our Midlands chapter to take advantage of the thriving region in and around Midlands. If you want to know more about OMPEG, please visit www.ompeg.org.uk. If you wish to become an OMPEG member, we will put details in the chat window and you can follow it from there. On a personal note, I highly recommend becoming a member as I have run my practice and have been architecture practice and have been associated with OMPEG for last 5 years and have been hugely benefited by doing so. In order to connect with everyone on OMPEG, please download OMPEG's very own app called My OMPEG app, available on both iOS and Android. Anyone can download, connect, and engage. Special content privileges are given to fee-paying members. So that was about OMPEG. Now I will move on to the webinar. Regarding the Q&A session, we will keep an eye on the chat and at the end, call out some names and unmute them to ask their questions. So please ensure your Zoom name is correct, otherwise it becomes difficult to call out their names. Please note preference will be given to the member questions. Also, if you have questions that have got missed, you can put your questions in the chat window and the information will be passed on to the speaker so they can get in touch with you late after the session. Now a bit about today's speakers, Nilesh and Pradnya. Pradnya is a senior HR strategist, talk show host, career coach, and founder of Katha and Stories Unheard. Nilesh is best-selling book author, transformation consultant to professionals, executives and CEOs, and professional investor. All the best to both of you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'll get started with my screen, but before that, I wanted to say there are so many people in this world. They want to achieve something, like success in their life and career and business, and they're looking for some ways, how can that success can come to them. But very few of them are actually willing to take action and spend time in learning new things. As you are here, that tells me that like you are something special and willing to learn something new and make the difference in your life, maybe transform your life, or at least learn some key nuggets. So you are at the right place at the right time. So we'll get started with the session, and thank you so much for joining. I'll be starting my session in a minute. Yes. So okay, good. So once again, thank you so much for joining this Her Transformation Masterclass run by my colleague Pradnya and me. So a little bit about me. I'm an author, investor, and business consultant. I work with professionals and executives to help them in their branding, marketing, and selling activities and developing the strategies for them. Couple of clients which I work in last 10 plus years. And there are many professionals, they have been graduated from all these top class universities in the world. I work with them as well. I personally never studied any one of them, but I'm so happy to tell you that many of my clients are coming from those sort of backgrounds. So as we in my professional work, I teach life skills, leadership skills, negotiation skills, investment skills, wealth creation skills, many other skills. So, and I conduct one-to-one sessions, corporate sessions, sessions for women, and group sessions, all those sort of things. So today I'm very proud to deliver this particular session on transformation, and especially her transformation. So me and my colleague Pradnya, who developed this session will be interactive workshop. So my colleague Pradnya should be, conducting a small activity. I hope you might have some pen and paper with you, participate in the activity. And during the session, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask those questions, maybe put in the chat window. And we also have Q&A session at the end. So, feel free to ask this question at the end as well. Just to get this going. So how many of you are looking for some sort of change or transformation in your life? If you can use a chat window and type your comments. How many of you are looking for some sort of change or transformation in your life? If you can just type yes, or whatever you're looking for in your chat window, please. If this would have been live session, we are in a room, so it's easy to get the interaction. Now the chat window is our best friend, so go ahead and type in the comments whatever you are transformation change you're looking for. Good. And next thing I wanted to ask, what made you to register today? What is the thing that you want to get out of this session? Maybe you want to make some progress in your life and career or business, anything. So what are you thinking, or whatever you want to learn, just type in comments, what exactly you're looking for in this particular session. And keep the comments coming in the chat window, because as I said, chat is our best friend at the moment. Good. Thank you so much for your comments. Next thing, during the session, if you have any questions, and if you can't ask those questions, you want to still reach out to any one of us, here is a contact number. So if possible, take a photo of that, and you can reach us on text or WhatsApp. So just I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a photo, and we'll get this going. Okay, so here we are. So Pradnya, I think I guess you can take it over from here.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nilesh.
If you can share your screen.
Yes. Right. Hello, everyone. And I welcome each one of you for being a part of today's session. Thank you so much for taking out time on a Saturday afternoon. Like Mayura rightly said, it's a Saturday afternoon, and a lot of us would probably want to relax. But the fact that all of you have chosen to be a part of this session really means something for you and for us, both of us. So, welcome you all. And before I begin the session, I would quickly like to thank OMPEG, the core committee members, each one of them, Mayura, Samir, Aniruddha, and every other core committee member who is here today or not here today, for giving us this platform to present our Her Transformation course through OMPEG. And I myself, I am a paid member of OMPEG, and I have seen amazing benefits and results. So yes, I would heartily want to thank OMPEG for giving us this opportunity today. Right now, as I said, it's wonderful to see you all, and I would like to first of all congratulate each one of you. For why congratulate? You might wonder why am I congratulating you, right? That kind of reminds me of one of the very famous quote of which you all of us are aware about Mahatma Gandhi ji, and which said that be the change that you want to see in the world, right? And the fact that somewhere in your subconscious mind you have started to already implement that change within yourself, the fact that you all have chosen to be here today among us in itself is a first step, and you have taken that first step to be that change what you want to see within yourself and reflect that in the world in the in coming years or months. So hence, I would like to congratulate each one of you for taking this first step and being here today with us. Now, like my colleague Nilesh rightly said, we are extremely proud to bring this Her Transformation program to everybody of you. I would quickly want to begin with why. I mean, why did we actually begin this program and what initiated us to begin this program? Let me just start sharing my screen so that. Right. I am going to. Okay. We did mention during the session initially that it's going to be an interactive session. And if some. So I would highly recommend for you to quickly grab a pen and a pencil or a pen so that we can do this activity together. And I would recommend everybody does it, even the core committee members who are a part of our program today. I would highly recommend you to quickly grab a piece of paper and a pencil so that we can all do it together and really come out of some interesting and more value adding from this session. So if you do not have one, if you can just quickly go and grab it, that would be really great. Okay. Um, so why? I mean, how was this Her Transformation program born, or what was our need that we found that it was necessary to bring up some program like this, right? Um, and this is where I call the birth of the Her Transformation program. Given I have worked in about the corporate world for about 12 years in HR, I'm a seasoned HR professional and a proud one, a very passionate one. I say that because I am extremely passionate about people's journey, their life journeys, their careers, and how they have unfolded, and be able to help and seek them to achieve their higher potential. I've done that as a part of my corporate world for the last 12 years, working with some top global organizations. And as a part of which, one of the key observations I've always had is that people, as humans, we always seek to achieve or grow in some aspect of our life. That is something which is very constant. It is something which is a part of us, and as a part of which, not just as a part of my HR job, we did have various strategies which we could implement in organization where we could help people and enable and them to achieve that. But not just that, as I grew with different roles or different careers that I have done as a part after winning Mrs. India UK, as a part of fashion industry, and now a founder of Katha Stories Unheard, which is an online platform for women entrepreneurs. I have constantly observed and realized that we as humans really seek for that growth and transform some aspect of our life. But what happens most of the times is that we are not too sure as to how do we navigate a pivot from, say, point A to point B. If we want to go to a leadership role, if we want to start our business, if we want to, say, lose X number of kgs, say in like 3 months, or for that matter we want to pursue a new hobby, or for that matter we want to have more confidence, or probably learn new skills. We aren't too sure as to how do we do that. We seek for some kind of a guidance. And when it comes to women, it's all the more challenging, I would say, because being a mom of two young boys, I can probably relate and understand the kind of hustle we all go through. We all have to really probably put forward so many plans, actions to be able to achieve that we would really want to achieve. And as a result of this, Nilesh and I have come up with a transformation model. And that model, I would probably specifically want to say that it's not cut, copy, and paste of something from Google or somewhere. It is a model which is built by us, in house, built from our own experiences. And through that model, we are going to explain and enable you to how do you achieve that change that you're looking to achieve, right? And hence that this is our vision. I mean, really kind of helping each and every individual, and specifically I say women, that is because there's a lot that we all juggle. There's a lot that we all really need to pull together to put our show forward, whether it is career, whether it is fitness, different aspects of our life. It really takes a lot away from us. And hence we thought it was, we formed this program with a vision to expand the horizons of individuals to enable them to reach their potential. And I strongly believe that it's extremely important to reach our potential, at least try to seek that path, seek that dream that we have been probably wanting to achieve for whatever number of years. And it's extremely important to do that. And through this program, we will, along the journey, we will help you transform and empower you to make that difference so that we can together make a difference in this world. So that's our vision through the program. Um, so quickly, can I request each one of you to have your pen and or pencil and a paper ready? We are going to start the exercise now. There's a very, very old, I'm not too sure how many of you are aware, there's a very old little exercise, or probably, it wasn't a quote, it was a little exercise which said that if you have to draw 5 lines with a pencil, right? And in those 5 lines, in a square box, if you have to also extend it to, say, with some 8 or 9 dots, but in a given framework, not moving your pencil even once, how will you do that? But to be able to do that, it was extremely important to go outside that certain framework and do it. This essentially kind of reflects into the kind of transformation we are seeking. So, what by that I mean is that any kind of transformation you would wish to achieve, it is extremely important to go outside your comfort zone and do it. With that, can I quickly, so the transformation model begins with 2 aspects. One is the internal aspect. Like I said initially, be the change you want to see in the world. It begins with us. So, as a part of the transformation model, we have 2 parts. One is the internal, and the other one is the external. So as a part of internal, the first aspect has to begin with you. It cannot be seeked somewhere outside. The transformation that you are seeking, whether it could be related to your business or fitness or confidence or career, it has to begin with your own self first. It cannot be anything uh, outside elements or outside factors play later on. So let's begin. Can I? So I'm going to put a timer for each of this. Can I request you? When was the last time all of you actually wrote a vision? Can you quickly write it in the chat box? When was the last time each one of you had a vision written for yourself? Maybe you can just quickly type it in the chat box and let me know whether it was 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, or if you have not, let's do it now. Right? All ready? Okay. So I would highly recommend and suggest that everyone does this activity because it's going to be really fun. Trust me, because when you look back on that sheet of paper at the end of the session, you're going to be extremely proud of yourself. All right. I am going to put a quick timer. All right. So, as a part of the vision, what I would want each one of you to do is in the next 2 minutes, can you write a vision that you have in mind for yourself? I know it's very difficult to probably write, a bigger vision in 2 minutes. 2 minutes is really a very short time. But what I mean by that is just get your mind thinking as to what is that one aspect of your life and one vision that you would want to achieve in, say, next 6 months. Let's keep a very short period, 6 months, and one vision that you would want to achieve. I'm going to put a timer of 2 minutes and quickly write it down. Write very clear, just 1 line or 2 lines related to your career, fitness, everything. So the timer begins now. right? Um, and like they rightly said, right? Without vision, we go nowhere. And without vision, we end up being nowhere. And hence, it's extremely important to create a vision for yourself. I will explain what a vision board is if uh, some of you are not aware. Vision board is the new smart goal setting, which is in the new thing. Apart from smart goal settings have become age old phenomena or factors. Even HRs are getting rid of that smart goal setting now. But what is in and more effective these days is other vision boards. So we have about 1.5 minutes or less than that. Quickly, right? Think through what is that one vision that you would want to achieve in the next 6 months. Simple. Career, fitness, confidence. You want to pursue your hobbies. Do you want to probably reskill, market, or probably brand your business, rebrand your own image or self image? Right, we have 30 seconds, and the time is, we have just about 30 seconds left. Right, the time's up. Awesome. You can save this sheet of paper for your reference later on because it's going to be extremely helpful. Now, what are vision boards? Vision boards are extremely simple. It's nothing complicated. They are the visual representation of the goals that you want to achieve. Uh, you can categorize your vision board in five, three or four. I mean, you can add as many elements to it as possible, but it typically starts with career or business, fitness. You can have travel, you can have family, you can have relationships, you can have spirituality for people who like spirituality, and basically they reflect on in those areas, on those broader aspects, which are 6 or 7 I spoke about. In those areas, what is that you would want to achieve in the next 6 months or 1 year? Simple. And in that, basically what we do is what has worked for us now, what has not worked for us now. Try and identify that so that you are able to write down practical visions into these areas. I would highly recommend, from my experience of how we used to do goal setting in the corporate world, in the corporate journey, and from our previous sessions, what I would highly recommend is, for starters, do not have more than 3 areas or elements onto your vision board to begin with, just so that you make it a little more effective. Because at the end of the day, vision boards have to be extremely effective. It is not just about having your visions and just putting it on the board there. It's important to be able to act upon it. So begin with 2 or 3 so that you can add to it later on by increasing the efficiency and the effectiveness of by taking actions onto it. So that's the vision board. And save the vision that you have written for yourself. The secret, the universe does work. All right. So it will, whatever vision you have written for yourself, it will definitely turn into reality. Let's move on. Fitness. I am a extremely vouch in fitness. The reason is I have myself gone through a transformational journey through fitness, and hence, like I said, this model we have developed from our own experiences, and I vouch for fitness at every aspect of my life. It is extremely important. I'm pretty sure all of you are aware the kind of benefits we all achieve from fitness. It helps us with having the happier hormones, endorphins, and not just that. I think that's a part of our thing. But also, when you look good, you would start feeling good about yourself automatically, right? There is a very famous TED talk by Wendy Suzuki. on fitness, I would highly recommend, you can write her name down. It's Wendy, Suzuki. Suzuki. It's a TED talk, and she is basically a psychologist, but the kind of results she came across after she went through her fitness journey, she completely changed her research work. She completely changed her area of work. And she gives an amazing talk on TED about how fitness can transform your lives and are the key to transform every other aspect of your life, whether it is business, whether it is confidence, whether it is related to your fears. Fitness plays an extremely important role in every other aspect that you are seeking. Now, I'm going to again give you 2 minutes. Write down what is your current fitness regime. If you're doing anything, awesome. If you're not doing anything, also, it's absolutely fine. Just write down your current fitness regime, which is there. And just next to it, you can write down what's your ideal state of fitness. You can write it down in the sheet of paper that you have. I've started the 2 minute timer, and anything you can write down anything in that. Literally, you want to shed 5 kgs, you want to tone down, you want to probably you have any fitness inspiring fitness gurus in your mind. Write down their name. Sorry, anything which is related to fitness. You want to learn Zumba, Pilates, yoga, or you want to run a marathon this year, anything. It could be anything. But I would highly recommend keep it practical, yes, but a little one notch above your comfort zone, and let that be for your vision as well. It should be a little more than what you've been doing, right? So every time you write your goals, your vision boards, uh, make sure that you write a little more than what you have done previously, so that a little more where you feel that it's going to push you out of your comfort zone. And that's where the magic begins. It's important. It might seem impossible now, but just write it down. It's okay. We will get there. Right, we have about 30 seconds left. Right, and the time's up. Thank you so much. Right. Now, the third element, which is a part of your internal work, is your reskilling piece. I say reskilling has become extremely important in the current scenario that we are in, especially given the COVID that we are facing, because of various aspects. I'm pretty sure all of you are aware that a lot of organizations are laying off people and the businesses are crashing down, due to which it has become extremely crucial for us at this stage of our life to reskill ourselves into different areas, to add different, learn new skills, add different avenues to what we have already done, maybe in the same area of work, or also learn new things. I was reading an article the other day on LinkedIn that what they used to call where you can start multitasking, where, for example, it has become extremely crucial for somebody. I'm going to again give an HR example because I come from an HR background, is that an HR who is into, say, business partnering or organization development, if they can add another skill where they could try and understand the marketing or the advertising or the branding piece of it, and probably start doing it themselves from the people's perspective, then that's going to be amazing, because that's going to probably for the organization, it's going to help, because for the organization, it essentially means that they need one person less, right? So that's the kind of piece or the work that we need to start looking at. Given in our own area or space of work, what is that we can start adding value, which we can offer to people, which we can offer to organizations. It could be the core of your work can be the same, but to that you can start adding something like trying and understanding how the finance and the investment piece works, say in a business or in an organization, apart from, so that you can start adding value there. So that's the kind of reskilling I am actually talking about, and not just talking about reskilling within your area of work. I think gone are those days, because now is the time. Because of the COVID, it has become extremely important, and we are forced to do that, whether we want it or not. But I think once we do it, we are going to love it. So again, I'm going to give you about 1.5 minutes. We are running, we are short of time, and I'm quite mindful about the time. 1.5 minutes where you just write down two areas within your space of work that you would want to reskill, probably acquire knowledge, get a certification, or attend seminars, or get more knowledge. I have started the timer. You have 1.5 minute timer. Write it down, because again, I'm specifying the importance of writing is because it is, everybody has it in your mind. Everybody has big dreams, big visions in their mind. But what is extremely important, and this piece is something not everybody does it. Writing down, planning out. So that's a piece of work is extremely important. Hence, I'm emphasizing on the importance of writing it down. Write it down. What are those two areas where you would want to add, reskill yourself? We have about 1 more minute left. It could be very vague as of now. I know the time is very short. I completely understand. But get thinking. Get thinking. Right. We have about 30 seconds. And I hope everybody got the point. When I say reskilling, it is not just about me, if I'm an HR professional, me acquiring knowledge about, say, uh, organization development, or any other aspect of HR for that matter. Say recruitment. I've done recruitment, but say probably recruitment. How does it happen in the global organizations? It's not really about that. I mean, yes, that piece of it. But what I'm really talking about, given your core area of work, what are the different other aspects which are interrelated to your work, where you can start reskilling yourself, because that's the need of the hour, and that's where you as an individual can make a lot of difference. You can stand out. I'm not just saying, I am talking about a scenario where you can stand out and not just exist. Existence is fine, but standing out has become important in this scenario. So this is something which will make you stand out. Right, the time's up. Thank you so much for everybody who has actively participated in this quick activity that we did. Please save that sheet of paper. It is your own sheet of paper. Save it and relook at it later on whenever you can. Okay. Now, that was the internal piece which we spoke about, the transformation model. Let's move on to the external factors. Now, like I said earlier, transformation begins with yourself first. The vision board, the fitness, your reskilling piece, which you have written down. What are these areas? And that's your piece, that's where the major work happens. That's where actually uh, will give you that probably spring effect. So when you stand on a spring, actually when you stand on a spring and push yourself down, it will move you much more, say on the fifth or the sixth step. How can you do that? That will happen when you do this piece of internal work. Now let's moving on to the external piece of work, support system. Let's recall our days. You all went to school. We all did go to school, didn't we? Isn't it? Do you remember every time, whether it is school, whether it is institutions, universities, corporate organizations, recall those times we all worked, learned in an environment where we had similar group of people. Essentially, that was a support system, right? And that really fosters our growth, development, and transformation. Do you remember the group studies that you all did? Do you remember the in the team meetings there was, why do we call brainstorming meetings are so effective? Essentially, that's like a support system where you are developing to transform your own specific goals which you have yourself. And hence the support system, whether it is uh, platforms like OMPEG, again, because we are talking of entrepreneurs, platforms like OMPEG, or whether it is learning organizations or small training programs which are run, where you have that support, where you have the mentor, where you have a guide, where you have a coach who will probably share their own experiences. Everybody has such rich experiences. And when we have such rich experience where people have transformed their lives, that it's makes a lot of difference. So the first aspect of the external is that to achieve your transformation, what is important is for you to start looking out for those support systems who will help you and enable you with that, who will help you achieve your goals. Yes, yes, it's important to believe in yourself. Absolutely. But at the same time, it's important to have that right kind of support who will help you with your vision. Now, the second point in the external factor, which is linked to the support system, is taking actions. We are all absolutely, we all know that as humans, as human beings, we all love to procrastinate, don't we? We just want to write down our vision, but maybe tomorrow. We want to do a piece of work which will change our life, but I think today I would want to probably relax on a Netflix. In today's Saturday, I just want to do that. But it's nice. What's extremely important and the move is the take action. There's a very wonderful quote which I remember is that vision without action is merely a dream, and action without vision just passes time. What will actually make a difference is vision with action can change the world. And that's exactly what it is. Just writing down vision on a vision board will help, yes. But what's important is that to take that action. And from my experience, what I have learned so far and what I have seen in the previous session that we had conducted for our transformation is that we need not do big things every day. We need not light big dreams every day. All you need to do is just take one step, just one step consistently. That's it. That would make a lot of difference. So, taking action is very important. That's a part of our external model. Now, the third and the extremely important point, emerge. And recall the point when I said when you write down your vision, your fitness, your skilling piece, always remember that whenever you do it, whenever you're talking of transformation, we have to write or probably envision some of those aspects which we want to do, but we haven't done it before, essentially, which will probably push us out of the comfort zone, so that that will help you emerge from your comfort zone. And that's um, I think one of the best examples that comes to my mind is that in the corporate organizations, when we used to do seminars or workshops or as a part of training and development, I'm sure all of you can relate to this. There was specifically a lot of organizations have come up with something called leadership programs, leadership trainings. Why do you think those leadership programs and trainings have become so important? Because it was important to enable individuals to emerge out of from where they were currently, so that they can start becoming the leaders that they aspire to become of that organization. And hence, again, the support system, they're taking action again comes into picture when I talk of this example of the leadership programs which run in the corporate organizations. Because not just this, of course, there you will get a support. You have a coach, you have a trainer who trains you, who will push you to take actions. But what essentially happens when you do that? You are emerging out of your comfort zone. We, during our first session or program that we did for her transformation, I still remember we gave amazing exercises to our participants or people who had registered with us. You will definitely get to see their testimonial. But what essentially happened to them after we gave them those assignments was that they emerged out of their comfort zone. They were doing, yes, we all take actions, we all do certain things, but to bring about that transformation, what's important is that you have to emerge. We have to emerge of that certain comfort zone which we are in, and that's where we will start seeing results. And the last and the important aspect of this transformation model really is about persistence. We have n number of examples and n number of uh, inspiring people who have spoke about how persistence or has played or changed their life completely. I think that's one of the key aspects when we talk of transformation as to what makes a winner is not just the action that he or she takes. It is the persistence of continuity and continuous action in that direction will actually make you a winner, will actually bring about that transformation that you are wanting to achieve. If somebody, for example, let's take a simple example of fitness. Say you want to lose x kgs or x amount of calories. If we indulge into a certain activity, certain form of exercise just for 2 days or 3 days, would you actually see the results? Would we actually be able to start seeing um, the results that we are wanting to achieve? No, right? We would actually see those results. Every fitness program you go, every fitness you speak about, they do not talk about you do this for a month and you would have the fitness results that you have. No, fitness is a lifestyle, and exactly like they say, fitness is a lifestyle. It's just like eating food, it is just like drinking water, it is just like sleep. Just the way we do these things persistently, don't we? We are doing this day in, day out. Do we say, oh no, I slept for about, say, 14 hours yesterday, I'm not going to sleep today? Do we say that? We don't. We still do these actions every single day. And that's where, and because there are certain different aspects which are related to our career or fitness or the transformation we are seeking, there are certain aspects which are related to it. I do understand, yes, and hence there we end up giving up. But what's important is that we don't give up and persistently pursue it every single day, and that's where you will start seeing the transformation that you would wish to see. So that's the transformation model, where we again we will share the testimonials um, of the people who attended our first session, the internal piece and the external piece, basically, and what essentially is required, the elements which are required as a part of your internal work, and the external work, what you can start actually having. It's pretty simple. If you can remember these 7 elements which are mentioned in the model and start putting up actions around it, I am extremely confident that you will achieve the transformation you're seeking to achieve. It might be challenging, yes. I do not say no, because I've done it myself, but it's not impossible. It is absolutely not impossible, and which is why this program, as to, and again, her transformation for women, because it is specifically because it is for women. We had certain aspects which we thought of were important aspect for women, and I think it's important for everybody for that matter. So yeah, on that note, I would like to pass away, or rather request Nilesh to share and talk a little bit about the program that we just finished, about the testimonials we have received from other participants who had participated. Feel free, and thank you once again for being a part of today's session. I hope that little exercise helped each one of you. Save that paper so that if at all, in near future, that will be of your help. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening in and doing the activity.
Okay. Pradnya, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me share my screen and we'll get this going again. Yes, I hope you're able to see my screen. Yes. So there is a very good saying that you don't get fat by one pizza, and you don't get thin by eating a salad. You don't get fat by eating one pizza, and you don't get thin by eating a salad. So we have to do consistent efforts in the right direction, and taking the right steps at the right direction. So what we did was, as Pradnya has shared that model, we wanted to make the transformation easy and simple. So when we started this transformation program, and today I'm going to share with you how we actually developed a program based on Pradnya's model. Uh, our only aim was to make the transformation simple and accessible. So we created something called as 30-day challenge, like helping the professionals, go out of their comfort zone and do something slightly different, which they are normally doing. So as Pradnya has mentioned the model, the couple of things we picked up from the model. The first one is the vision board, and Pradnya actually led that session. So this was in the week one. What we did in the week one was we asked the participants to create the vision board. Now, many of you, while doing the activity with Pradnya, you will realize that now many of you did not have the vision board or haven't thought about the vision. Maybe that is the time, exactly when people like you should exactly come, sit down and create a vision. Because the moment you have a vision for your life, that is the time, you'll start making the progress in the direction where you want to make a progress. Many of us feel that our life is just happening to us, or it's not in the direction where we want to go. But whenever we have a vision actually gives, some sort of focus to your life. So that's where we started creating in our challenge program. And the week one, we created the vision. Pradnya also shared the fitness plan with that. In the week two of our challenge program, we worked on something called as self-confidence. We all need self-confidence. So what exactly is stopping us, our self-confidence? What are the things that help us grow our self-confidence? So we shared a model called as power confidence model. Now the model, sometime back, I think this was like 3-4 years back, I was invited for a presentation, and that was for doctors and neurologists, and that was in London. And I shared this model with them, and they realized that like the techniques shared in that power confidence model was something they found it really, really simple. And by having the medical experience, they couldn't come up with that sort of simple model. So we shared that model with our participants. Third thing we did in our challenge program was, we created actually a personal fitness plan. Pradnya mentioned about the fitness plan, but we actually ask our participant, develop their personal fitness plan right there in the session. Now, many of you, if we, are working on our own, we want to do many things, but we don't do them. It's like we want to, this, an apple day keeps the doctor away, but we don't eat apple every day, right? So what happens, we need somebody along with us, like Pradnya said, support system along with us, which will actually help us, drive the life in the direction where it should be going. So this program, actually, we are talking about, actually did that thing for our participants. They actually sat down there, they created the personal fitness plan. And the last thing we worked on is their fears. We all have fears. Fear of failing, fear of public speaking, fear of, losing someone, all those sort of fears. And what happens, we figured out a way how to deal with the fears. Fears is something that stops us. It doesn't matter how talented you are, the number one thing that is stopping you is your fears. So how to overcome those fears? So we actually shared those things, the techniques, in our transformation program and the 30-day challenge. Now here are some of the results. So what happened was, after the results, we got such an amazing feedback. So you can see these are actually the WhatsApp feedbacks we received. Some people wrote that they did the activities out of their comfort zone. It feels so good that to conquer those fears, or they started doing something they haven't or they couldn't do before. They enjoyed the honest talk session, Some of you, as simple as that, they could reverse their car in the parking. So all those sorts simple changes that we always wanted to do, but there was there was no motivation, there was no proper guidance, or there was like some sort of fear or confidence issue. So we actually helped our participants through this 30-day challenge program, overcome this. And all this program was based on the model. Now we also had the one-to-one sessions with all our participants. So these are some of the feedbacks we received from our participants. Now, the next thing was we conducted this program last month and it was really, really successful. One more reason for that was, or there are many reasons, but here are some of them. We had some guest speakers. We had the guest speakers from Amazon or the Goods Bank. They came with their professional background and helped our participants. We also had one-to-one interactions. We also have highly supportive members. The group we created for this challenge program, all those people who participated in this program, actually, help each other to, to overcome their fears, overcome their confidence, create the fitness plan, create the vision. And what happens whenever you have somebody alongside you going in the same direction, or making the same transformation journey along with you, you actually feel like walking together with them. So that's what happened to all our participants. We have these sessions led by the professionals. Our focus was not on theory part. Here we explain the model, but actually in the session we actually help them with some results, and actually making the steps, the tiny minute steps or the big challenges they can take to overcome their transformation journey. Now, overcome the obstacles in the transformation journey. And really it touched because we touched upon life and career and business and many aspects of our participants. Now, some of you who are actually willing to make that effort, or willing are looking for some sort of transformation, maybe in a life or career or business, and looking for some sort of proper guidance. So this is something we would like to invite you to come and join. And the same as the challenge program. So we have this thing, a 30-day challenge. So challenge, actually we say challenge because it takes you out of your comfort zone. And the reason, as you all know, your progress lies outside your comfort zone. Whatever you're thinking about your career, or if you're thinking making a progress in your career or business, or in your personal life, in financial life, in your fitness life, whatever it is, what you need is some sort of right guidance, and at the same time right sort of support system. So both of these challenges we actually solved in our 30-day challenge program, and I want to invite you at this moment to come and join us on this 30-day challenge program. This is some of the details of the program. uh, it's works like weekly mastermind sessions, generally on the weekends. And we also record these sessions. So some of the participants who are not able to join during the weekend, they actually get sent these video recordings of this. The next set of challenge program is starting on Saturday, 27th of February. That is next Saturday. We just finished one program last Saturday, and we are starting the next one in the, another 30-day challenge from 27th of Feb. Here are the few things that are included in the 30-day challenge. In the week one, we actually focus on creating your vision board. Uh, in the session, you will have as outcome of the session your personal vision board. So whenever you have all of your goals written in front of you, that creates a very different perspective for you to live the life. Next thing in the program is we will work on your confidence model. Anything that is holding your confidence, to make a progress in your life or career or business, we will actually work on them. We'll give the practical tips, and you will easily able to understand which are the steps that you need to take right now to make this progress happen. Third thing, creating your personal fitness plan. Now, Pradnya has an in-depth knowledge of this particular field. So what will happen? She will sit down with you and she will make your personal fitness plan. And along with you, what happens is suitable to your personal lifestyle. You will see, you will always talk about having that, some sort of chance, some sort of, personal fitness. But in this session, it will actually come out of that personal fitness plan. Next thing is, dealing with your fears. As I mentioned earlier, the only thing that is stopping you, if you have the knowledge to make a progress, are your fears. So how to overcome those fears? So we will share with you tools and techniques which will help you to overcome, make those tiny changes happen, and take this, deal with your fears and make the progress happen in the direction where you want to go. Now, what happens is, whenever I take these sessions for corporates, uh, we actually look after many different areas, but the pricing actually works differently for the corporates. So it's all 1997 and upwards. But when we were thinking about this challenge program, the whole idea, Pradnya and I started this program, was to make this transformation easy and accessible and led by professionals. So what happens, in this journey on this 30-minute challenge, we actually doing this program only for 97 pounds. I want to invite you to come and join us on this program. There are some limited seats because of the interactive one-to-one aspect of this program. They are limited seats. And if you join today, you'll get the lifetime access of the support system, because the main thing which our participant told us that work for them is that support system. So I really want to invite you to come and join us on this 30-day challenge program, where we will work on your confidence, your fitness, your fears, and creating the vision that you're always looking for. So if you have any questions and if you feel like joining the program, just a text or WhatsApp us on this number and we'll get this doing. And my dear friends, that's where it's our end of the session. Thank you once again for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to put those questions in the chat window, or want to reach us, you have the number to reach us. Okay. Thank you once again.
Right.
Thank
I
you.
would just want to quickly share one of the experiences that we had from our last session, or the last program that we conducted. While Nilesh and I were leading the sessions and sharing our expert knowledge on confidence, fitness, fear, and creating vision boards and things like that. But at the same time, what the feedback that we got from the participants was that what helped them over and beyond the sessions that we had conducted was the interactive and the engagement levels that they did among the different participants, where we had 3 4 people talking about, say, I have a certain vision, and there are about 4 people in the class or the session. They were also helping them with, how can I achieve my vision, what can I do about it? And that was so amazing. I was absolutely thrilled. And like they rightly say, that when women support each other, amazing things happens. And that was, I think, my one of the few times, or the first times, when I encountered this quote very beautifully, that all the other women who were a part of that session were actually helping each other, because we did one-on-one. Let's talk about Pradnya's vision, then Nilesh, then X persons, and everybody else was contributing towards that. And that was a beautiful part of the program that we did. That's something which appealed me personally, and I found it amazing. So just wanted to share with everybody.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Pradnya. Thank you, Nilesh. Nilesh, you was going to say something?
No, if any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Yeah, I think so. Just quickly, I think I've seen one from one of the OMPEG members. So, Mr. Wadekar.
Yes.
Samir, can you unmute Mr. Wadekar, please?
Yeah, hi
I think
guys.
yeah.
Hi. Yes.
So Pradnya, Nilesh, thanks for this session. Good session, good insightful understanding the models kind of stuff. But I was just curious if you have a mixed bag of participants, with a different age bracket as well as different professional aspirations in one same class,
Yes.
how would you go about it?
It's a simple, Sam, because this is not the first time we are running this program. I personally involved in this training industry from last 10, 12 years. So what happens is we come up with the exercises, and at the end of exercise, we come up with a sharing session. So when we do the exercises and the sharing session, these are, individual, suitable for individual. So even though we are doing the group task, at the sharing session, we actually deal with one-to-one. So it doesn't matter which background you're coming from, which nationality you're coming from, which professional experience you're coming from. You'll all do the exercises. But because we all come from different background, we all do that exercise slightly differently. And then in the sharing session, we actually, if you have any particular one-to-one sort of queries, we actually deal with them in that Q&A session. So that's how we deal with the mixed group of people.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Right. Can I just add to that point what Nilesh rightly said? Sam, thank you so much for joining in. It was wonderful to have you. And as a part of your question, what also we do as a part when we do those exercises or sessions on the weekends, right? What we specifically do is that we have certain timers set. You're like you rightly said, everybody comes from a different professional background, and how would we cater to that? Is that during the sessions we have specific times where we cater to specific visions where you will write it down for yourself, right? You will say it or share it probably in the session if you wish to, and other, like I right mentioned just now, that other people will also start adding to your vision, probably suggesting to what you want to achieve in terms of your professional goals. Over and above that, what we would also probably have recommended previously is that during the weeks, because it's a 1 month program, if they wish to have a one-on-one, and which we have done, both Nilesh and I have done, is that we catch up with them one-on-one basis, apart from the group setting sessions, right? In the group, we do the activity together, given our individual focus, right? Apart from that, offline, once we finish the session, through the 4 weeks, it we can catch up at any point in time where we sit down with you individually and try and go through your queries, your questions, or if there are anything which is blocking you or that person, we help them with them individually off the line, apart from the sessions. That's how we've done it.
Right. And adding to that, Pradnya, because this is not our commercial venture, because this is not something to make money. Pradnya and I genuinely come from the, the aspect of giving something, like helping with our professional experience to community. That's where that is the angle where we're coming from. Expenses, maybe the small amount fees we charge because we just want to have the serious people inside there. So whenever you have, your foot in the game, you actually are willing to, take the actions that are, or, sometimes willing to go out of the comfort zone. So that is the reason we charge these small fees, but this is not the commercial venture. And as Pradnya said, having that experienced people along with you as a support system, and where you can ask them the questions and work with you on this transformation journey, actually helps to make the progress. So that's how we conduct these sessions.
Thank you, Nilesh, Pradnya. That's really good to know you're doing this for a social cause and helping everyone. That's really nice. I have one more question from Ani. Samir, could you unmute Ani, please?
Yeah, thank you. Question for both Nilesh and Pradnya. Thank you for the session. Really quick question. Part of it you answered earlier because you said it's sort of like a serious people social venture. You mentioned that after the program you offer lifetime support, lifetime access. How do you really manage that? I mean, how is that promise delivered? That's a simple question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good question. And I'm sure many of the audience would like to know this. What we did was, as Pradnya was sharing in her model, was a support system. So we created a support system. In the support system, we have the members. The members are active, they're willing to help each other. So what happens, you get the lifetime access to that support system. And whenever you are when the members, this is a member-driven community, where each of them are, it's like, whatever happens there stays there, but they're actually willing to help each other. So it's a lifetime access to that community where it's a member-driven community. You can ask any questions. One more aspect we added to that was, we always bring these guest speakers. So all those people who are joining to this challenge program, they get access to all our upcoming speakers. It's a free of cost to them. They don't have to pay anything. That is how we are managing the lifetime access part. Hope I answered the question, Ani.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Nilesh.
Yes. Good.
So I don't see any more questions, so I will move to formal vote of thanks, and we have some hang around later on, so we can see if anybody has any more questions. So thank you everyone who joined us this afternoon, and hope you had lots to take away. I think I see one more question, so I think let's just take this one. Could you unmute Ravi, please, Samir?
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks, Nilesh, and thanks, Pradnya, for wonderful session. Just wanted to know, finally, all businesses are there, whether it is individual, professional, or a business, are there to grow. And, from business or enterprise perspective, how to grow the business. So, what they say in a layman's term is that whatever else you do is noise in the system. Whatever activities you do should finally contribute to the bottom line of the business. It should grow. So how do how do we focus and channelize not only the business owner, but all the ingredients involved in the business to grow the business, because that's the final aim, means whether you do a personality development or a mentoring or HR or finance or whatever part of business you are in. So how do we channelize that energy?
Right. Uh, there are two things, Ravi. Very good question. Uh, in my language, we call it as a KRA, Key Result Actions. And second thing is called IGA, Income Generating Actions. So you as a business owner, you have to focus on these two things, KRA, Key Result Actions, and Income Generating Actions. As you rightly think, there are many other aspects to learn. But as long as you're focused on these two things, you'll always see, you're making impact, a deep impact on, or, proud feeling impact on your bottom line. So remember this thing, KRA, Key Result Actions, and Income Generating Actions. Stay focused with that.
To that, probably I would just want to add one point, or rather, one experience that we shared during our last session. Raviji, thanks for that question, and thank you for joining in, Raviji, today. Um, what happened during our last program in the Her Transformation was, we of course had different people or different women from different backgrounds. We had couple of entrepreneurs, life coaches, and doctors who had joined in. And there was one entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, who runs a business, right? And her area, like you rightly mentioned, is that at the bottom line, the idea is to really grow your business, get more clients, be more, visible, or have that marketing or advertising. And that's exactly was her point as to how do I get more clients? How do I grow my business? How do I grow my sales? Especially now because of the COVID, she was really struggling, and she had joined our session specifically for that. And as a part of which, what we did, a little exercise was, in her vision board, we created a step-by-step process. All right, what is that you want to increase? How, by sales, by how many percentage, right? That means in a quarter you want to increase it to say X amount. Given that fact, what is that you need to do in the week 1, in the week 2, in the week 3, right? And what we did was absolutely business driven. What has worked for you so far, right? What has not worked for you? Basically, what is that, those areas which have probably hampered your business growth? We identified these 2 areas, and then we broke down those simple steps as to what do you need to do. Right, if you have to get more market visibility or social media presence, what do you need to do? Start being more, socially active in terms of the social media, maybe on the various social media platforms which are there. Instagram is actually very rightly, as per the researchers have said, that Instagram is much more business driven than the other, and LinkedIn, of course, than the other. So breaking those down, activities of what you need to do week 1, week 2, week 3, right? Which we helped her in 1 month. In 1 month, what can you do? Can you see the results? And I think at the end of the session, during our last session, she came back and said that she could actually see the difference. Not a marginal difference, yes, not something where she could say that her revenue or her profit has grown by this amount. But on the other side, she did come back and say that her business or had started seeing the differences. Maybe look for collaborations, maybe look for, different kind of ideas which we gave her as a part of her vision board, and then broke it down into small activities and pieces as to what can be done in week 2, week 3, week 4. That's how we catered to that and helped her.
That's great, Pradnya. Thank you. Thanks so much for answering that question. So I think we will now move on to the formal vote of thanks. Thank you all of those who joined on this afternoon, and hope you had lots to take away from this informative session. Thank you, Nilesh. Thank you, Pradnya, for finding time and conducting this webinar. A recorded version of this webinar will be made available in a week's time for both of you to share with your whoever has interest and wants to understand more about your program. This will be available on OMPEG's YouTube channel. Just so that everyone who couldn't join from the beginning or may have missed part of it, they will be then able to see it fully. A quick note on what OMPEG stands for. So OMPEG is Overseas Maharashtrian Professionals and Entrepreneurs Group, a community-based business networking group founded in April 2016 by leading influencers and entrepreneurs within UK. It specifically is for UK, and the idea is to inculcate a spirit of entrepreneurship within the Maharashtrian community and to connect professionals and encourage them for entrepreneurship. If you want to know more, please visit www.ompeg.org.uk. If you wish to become an OMPEG member, we will put details in the chat window. A quick note about the next event. It's the Roadmap to Successful Property Renovation, which is tomorrow. I will be presenting it on behalf of my architecture practice, and the focus will be on design ideas, planning processes, building contracts, and budgets. This is between 4 to 5 p.m. For all the other further events that are lined up, please visit OMPEG website and the events page. We are now formally closing this event. You can hang around for a casual chat or a Q&A for another 5 minutes or so. Samir, could you please stop recording now? Thank you.
Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you once again, guys. If you have any questions, we are here for a couple of more minutes.